Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hi guys, welcome to Starcult. I am greatly privileged to have been gifted this game, at least the demo, early, to be able to show you guys on day of release. So this is very exciting. I'm obviously recording in the past so that you guys can see it on day of release. It's a visual novel, I think, like Lovecraftian horror potentially, but I have not looked too much into it because I want to see how it's gonna go. So let's go ahead and check it out. Somewhere far, far away, exists a world that is similar to our own, but twisted. There is no sun. Instead, mysterious cosmic radiation illuminates the land. Ooh. The music already, I'm like into it. Day 1 investigation. A sketchbook. Oh, so we're gonna have like a different section of like relationships. Schedule, glossary, and archive. Oh, glossary's gonna be so nice. I do know that this is a game that's supposed to have multiple, endings. Yeah, not available yet. Cool. But it's still cool to see it, though. To see the potential that's there. Okay. Okay. To lower my sound a little bit. Whew, it's loud. There is no sun. Instead, okay, yeah, I read that. These bursts of radiation are known as days. And the pauses between them as nights. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, yeah, it does. It looks like fantastical radiation. The majority of the population consists of commoners. They hold a variety of occupations, including farming, crafting, and serving in noble households. Commoners recognize the authority of the nobility and require their guidance and governance. The nobles are the ruling minority that governs the cities. Power rests with a small group of noble families and is passed down from one generation to the next. Oh, that's never a good thing. When it's like all in one family, the power, it never goes well. At some point, there's always a problem. Once upon a time, a star fell from the sky, marking the birth of a special noble. Ooh, it had little tentacles. Silviya's thoughts. I know so little about this world. My childhood was spent with my parents as part of a noble family. Our servants took care of my daily life, education, and manners, while my parents were always cold and distant. Sometimes we visited other noble families when they were throwing social events. On one such occasion, I was lucky, and Hans Nebula took an interest in me. Oh, Hans. Not Hans! We danced, and when the ball ended, we began to exchange letters. I knew I had the chance to change my life, so I tried my best not to ruin it. I really like the art style, but I'm kind of weirded out by the facial expressions. It's like it's almost like it's like a picture of a person. You know what I mean? It's weird how it looks like... Oh, I accidentally clicked. Is there any way to like, I do think there should be an option. Most visual novels have this, where you can look at the history, and see, like, I just accidentally clicked too fast. You can see what it said before. And, I mean, this is just the demo, so they'll probably add that, but I'm just throwing it out there in case nobody's thought of it. Like, that's just helpful to be able to look back and be like, oh yeah, this is what they were saying. How could I refuse him? The young head of the Nebula House. The marriage was planned without hesitation. That's suspicious as hell. Excuse me? Cthulhu holding the world? It's like some twisted version of, like, mythology and Lovecraftian horror. It was a huge celebration. A ball on the Nebula estate. Ooh, 2 new people. Many people I didn't yet know. Waltzing, laughing. Wow, look at those sprites, guys. Enjoying each other's company. Chatting over a glass of good wine. Aw, her hair's pretty. And celebrating the union of 2 families. He's questionable. Hans was a good dancer, as a true noble must be. The yellow eyes and, like, the blonde hair and the sun, like, earrings are giving me, like, Apollo vibes, even though I don't even know if this is related to that, but I was over the stars with happiness. But I couldn't shake the feeling that he seemed nervous. Suddenly he leaned over and whispered in my ear, Bean? Bean? Where are you going? Where are you going? Move along. No. Suddenly he leaned over and whispered in my ear, I have a gift for you, something special. Don't worry, I'll explain how to use it. Suspicious. The orchestra played their final chord and the dance ended. He looks more like, his face looks a little bit more like a lady than a guy. Like, something about him. Like, I'm not hating. I mean, it's cool. I just think it's kind of, like, it's not what I expected. So it's intriguing, you know what I mean? Hans strode to the middle of the ballroom. Dear guests, it brings me great joy to see you all here. As you know, today we're celebrating my marriage to Lady Silviya. The crowd erupted into applause. But what good is a wedding without a gift? He turned to Silviya with a necklace and carefully fastened it around her neck. Is it gonna, like, control her? To her surprise, the jewelry wasn't a beautiful piece of art. It was, in fact, a heavy, spiky collar. Ooh. Is this it? This is... Don't be upset. This is only the first part of my gift. Hans clapped once and the guards appeared with a man between them. Who is that? His eyes were blindfolded and his arms were tied behind his back. At first glance he was merely a commoner, but then a strange feeling washed over her. It says hands tied behind his back, but they're clearly not in this image. You're giving me a prisoner? The unknown commoner raised his head at the sound of her voice. He looked, no, rather felt familiar. She couldn't recognize him yet. All she could do was stare. A familiar whisper broke her trance. He will be a prisoner until we have educated him. Then he will become your personal servant. The prisoner gave her a crooked smile. That voice? I know you, Lady Silviya. Is it you? Her face! Oh my gosh. I've been looking for you for so long, Silviya. It's me, Balthazar. We need to talk. The crowd started to whisper. It's Alex. Silence. Don't you dare speak without Noble's permission. Take him to the cellar and teach him some manners while you're down there. The guards nodded and started to drag the prisoner away. He has this, like, weird ring connected to his bandaged hand that looks like, you know, like mad scientist Like, kind of vibes, I don't know. The whole world is in danger. You must listen. Can't you hear me, Silviya? How could he know my name? Am I already famous as Hans's wife? Who's that man? He tried to turn the commoners against noble rule. Eventually the townsfolk reported him. He was due to be executed, but I brought him for you. After the proper training, you can use him for anything you can imagine. He doesn't look obedient. How could I control him? With your necklace, of course. You see, all commoners are tied to their own piece of art. Often a piece of jewelry or a statuette, but sometimes something more unusual. You need to discover which object they are tied to and then own it. So that's how our reign persists. I see. That is bizarre. The ball continued late into Alpha Night. Hans became tired of his guests' attention and masterfully slipped away from the crowd. He always seemed so tired after official meetings, even his own marriage celebration. I worry for him, but I also can't stop thinking about that prisoner. Does he really know something, or were they just the lies of a desperate man? Silviya's choices can affect her relationships with the people around her. You can use the save feature from the menu to explore the story's different paths at your own pace. So I can save. Oh my gosh, and yes, it's like Scarlet Hollow where you can have multiple. Awesome. Okay. I'm not sure what A means. Okay. And everything to get back is just a left click. Or right click, sorry. What should I do? Go to Hans. Don't go to Hans. Hans will be left alone with his thoughts. He's used to it after all. But as for that prisoner, who knows how long he'll stay alive if he keeps courting trouble. I still can't remember who he is, but it seems he knows something important about me. I must talk to him before it's too late. Her hair is so pretty. Whoa. She made her way through the crowded ballroom, then crept down the estate's long corridors until she found the cellar stairs. A dim, damp stone passageway led her to a long row of cells. They housed prisoners in the past, but nowadays they were used for wine barrels, cheese wheels, and other wonderful delicacies. The prisoner must have been in one of the cells, but which one? Soon a dim gaslight allowed her to see two figures at the end of the stone corridor. Guards. They might have some questions. I'll have to use my persuasion skills. A lot of these characters don't like to show their face, it seems. Or maybe, I guess it's only been a couple so far, huh? Halt. Who's there? Oh, it's you, milady. Good evening. What brings you here on such a special occasion? I must see the prisoner. His words in the ballroom disturbed me, and I want him to explain himself. Very well, milady. He might be dangerous, so stay close to us, and don't come too close to the grate. Of course. You're a brave one, Silviya. Coming here in spite of the warnings. Oh, he has his mask off. Your relationship with him increased. Oh no. This is a work in progress feature. Okay. How do you know my name? Have we met? Before I answer your question, I ask you to answer one of mine. How do you feel about your husband? I feel like it's the first one. Hans is my partner in a deal, that's all. So, it's just a deal, huh? Of course. And you have no feelings for him. I won't tell you that. I have no interest in sharing the finer details of our deal with you, whoever you are. Very wise. If you are satisfied with my answer, I'm still waiting for you to answer my question. Oh yes, your question. We met, but in another life. Well, I guess he's just crazy, but still, he feels familiar to me somehow. Really? And what were we doing in that previous life? Were we both nobles, or maybe we were gods? Yes, exactly, gods. You could call us that. He's definitely delusional. At least he doesn't seem aggressive, so let's see where this goes. And what were we doing as gods? Ruling mortals? Enjoying endless feasts and pleasure? No, not at all. We were hiding. Why does it feel like there's a strange truth to his words? I'm sweating in spite of the cold of the chill stone walls. I just can't stop myself asking him for more. We were hiding. From whom? He waved for Silviya to come closer to the cell door. I had no option there. She was so intrigued that she leaned in without hesitation. From the black holes. A wave of agony flashed through her head. The black holes. Why does it sound so familiar? Did I see something like this in a dream? Clutching her head in pain, she stumbled away from the door and fell to her knees. Her vision dimmed. She was close to fainting. And where does this terrible fear come from? She closed her eyes in an attempt to calm down and reclaim control of her body. You filthy bastard! What have you done to the lady? I gave her a pinch of truth and nothing more. Well, we'll show you the truth. Come here! Why did that make me laugh so hard? Oh my god. That was kind of funny, the way they worded it. And then, ruthless blows landing on flesh, swearing from the guards, and muffled moans of pain. It just, like, out of context for a second there sounded really funny somehow. Can you walk, milady? May I help you reach your bedroom? She opened her eyes and felt a little better. It's fine, I can go alone. Please don't worry. Are you sure? She didn't answer, but just pushed her hand away and walked briskly back to the cellar stairs. All the way to her bedroom, she tried her best to calm down. But even after reaching her sanctuary of safety and closing the door behind her, her hands were shaking. She took some pills in the hope of soothing her racing mind, and didn't bother to undress before collapsing onto the bed. I wonder, will Hans join me soon, or will he work until beta day this time? She waited for him, counting her breaths and feeling her heartbeats finally slow. When she gave in to sleep, he had still not appeared. When she opened her eyes, she was surrounded by stars. As she tried to focus her sleepy sight, she saw a human figure among them. So you finally want to know more. I can sate your thirst, but first we must train you. As an artist, you perceive the world differently, more deeply than others. It's kind of funny because the other guy was saying that they're going to train him, the prisoner, but he is saying we must train you. So it's like two. It's kind of interesting because it's two different vibes happening. It's also interesting that these look like scars on him, but it also looks like stars. And it reminds me of that lyric in that Taylor Swift song where she says, "You drew stars around my scars," because you just wouldn't think of a scar like a star, but once you think of that, it kind of almost gives it like a different meaning, you know? As an artist, you perceive the world differently, more deeply than others. You have a bright associative imagination, so you can imagine emotions as colors of paint. Before being used, these paints must be placed on a pallet. Are you still listening? Yes, of course. Good. Joy becomes yellow, anger is red, fear is purple, and sadness becomes blue. Oh goodness, we should save. Oh. Oh, this is autosave. Oh, okay, good. So this is auto, okay. I see now. I'm gonna save that there. Sadness is blue, fear is purple, anger is red, joy is yellow. These are the basic emotions you will encounter throughout your journey. With them, you can change the outcomes of your conversations. So this is what's interesting about this game, is that it has to do with emotions, rather than, like, that's your choices. But you pick, like, the emotion to influence the choice. So it's, like, interesting, like, it's a kind of different take on it. And imagine all the different combinations you can do with that, you know? Beware, you can only use your control of emotions to influence conversations when you see the eye socket. But enough of the boring theory, let's have fun. Ask him about his past, about his plans. Joy, anger, fear, sadness. So let's do... See, I'm not sure how you would ask. Okay. I'm not sure which one to do. I guess I'll do purple for his plans. Are you going to die soon? Oh, I can see what each one is. Okay. What are you plotting? Can we be together again? Is it lonely in your cell? Okay. What are you plotting? Okay, what about this one? Why are you lying about your celestial background? Damn! What was our relationship? Isn't it horrible to hide eternally? How long have you been looking for me? What was our relationship? Joy can be used to change the topic from an uncomfortable one, or to play the fool as a distraction. It was bright and passionate. Don't you recall that? Don't worry, we will have a chance to restore your lost memories, but for now, is there anything else you'd like to know? Okay. Could do that one. I could do... that one I could also do. I'm gonna say, are you gonna die soon? Fear can be used to act on your primal instincts. Because I'm jailed in your cellar? He thinks that's hilarious. No, Silviya, I'm not going to die. At least I'm not planning to. But I'm glad you're worried about me anyway. Okay. So I'm glad I can keep asking. I'm gonna say this one. Anger can be used to provoke someone into giving you more information. I am not. How dare you say something like that after you were there with me? In any case, would you like to talk about something else? So he said... So he's not lying, is what he was saying. Isn't it horrible to hide eternally? Fear can be used to protect yourself from trauma. Yes, it is horrible indeed. So that's why I'm here, to change my life. And to warn everyone about the great danger. I'm glad you are aware of that. Would you like to ask me anything else? I'm just gonna ask everything I can. How long have you been looking for me? Sadness can be used to make others pity you, or to simply open your soul to those you trust. It feels like it took forever, but it's difficult to estimate precisely. The whole concept of time works different in the void, you know. Ooh, I'm fascinated you asked that. I see you're interested. Do you want to know anything else? So I've done all of these. Oh shoot. What are you plotting? I'm just a poor prisoner given to you as a wedding gift. Soon I will prove I can be useful. But besides that, what else do you want to know? He is definitely playing at something. We can't fully trust him or anyone. These games are always like that. See the sketchbook? So we have some glossary terms here. So the Nebula family is the family we married into. One of the most powerful families in town. Her husband, the one she just married, is the head of the family. Was the head of the family, but now that role belongs to his mother. Why? Is he not it anymore? The nobles are the ruling minority that govern the country. Power rests with a small group of noble families and is passed down. Okay, so we learned that already. Okay. Among the ordinary folk, there are legends that say a completely dark sky is never seen. Instead, the darkness surrounding the stars actually comes from black holes, which are gradually swallowing up the stars one by one. There are so many stars that we just haven't noticed the difference. During the beta day, the radiation level is low enough to go outside and enjoy the warm red light. The sky takes on a red hue, and the particles float in the air. Oh, it's so cool. I really love the animation. It's growing on me even more. I mean, I liked it to begin with, but I love it even more. Like, I don't know. Something inexplicable and eldritch. What is going on? What is that thing? Your relationship with unknown increased. Silviya can gain an understanding of the true nature of the world and of herself. She does this by building her relationship with the unknown. Suddenly a distant voice called her name. Milady, Silviya, who's calling me? What's going on? Oh, it was just a dream. She lay with her eyes closed for a moment as she returned to reality. Milady Silviya, it's your husband, Hans's. Oh my god, he's dead! No one knew how or why, but Hans was dead. That's why it's said in here. That she was his mom is the head of the family. I probably looked at that too soon. Okay, we know what all that is. Unknown? Oh, that's so cool looking. I love it. We'd have to click it, I think, to make it go away, yeah. My maiden, Cassiopeia, our butler, Gilbert, and I tried to save Hans's life, but his wounds were fatal. The wounds were caused not by a man, but by a beast. I spoke to all the estate's residents, desperate for any clues. No one could explain to me how such a feral creature could break into such a well-guarded place. My dear Hans, you were always busy. Even in this painting, you were sitting with your papers, smiling not at me, but at your own thoughts. But I'm no different from you, Hans. As an artist, painted this picture while posing for it after all. I wouldn't trust anyone else to paint us. You gained some sadness. Silviya placed a hand on her husband's portrait. Don't worry, Hans. I'll find out what happened to you. Oh, Silviya, couldn't you sleep either? I don't blame you. My heart still refuses to slow. But don't worry, that police officer will be here before long. So she's a maid. Like I don't know if she's like a lady in waiting, but it's kind of like that. They call her a maiden, but like like she attends to a royal or a noble, you know. Yeah, I think she's like a lady in waiting. I heard he's handsome, so tell me, what are my chances? I don't have any choice but this one. Flirt with her? I'm not gonna flirt with her in this one. I don't know. I'm so lost, with Hans gone. It's fine. I know you didn't mean anything by it. I'm just not in the mood. I hope you understand. Cassiopeia, Globula, my maiden, she's... my best friend. Since we first met, we have been closely aligned. She really knows how to help me fight my anxiety. Silviya will gain emotions during her conversations with other characters. Gilbert. Lady Nebula, Detective Shard has arrived. Please show him to the drawing room, Gilbert. I won't distract you further then. I'm sure you'll appreciate some privacy. You will need this detective's help. Oh, you need this detective's help, even if he is a commoner. So tell him what he needs to know, and then we'll see what happens. Good afternoon, Lady Nebula. Please accept my condolences for your terrible loss. Thank you. Detective Matthew Shard is at your service. Oh, he has like a mechanical, digits. Silviya held out her hand, and Matthew kissed it. You may call me Matthew if you wish. She smiled at him. It was a smile she had cultivated over the years, and took a step back. Welcome to the Nebula Estate, Matthew. Please, won't you take a seat? Let's get started. I have a few questions for you. Oh, my dear stars! I hired him for a different reason. You shouldn't draw too much attention to... Oh, I shouldn't draw too much attention to myself. Okay, I don't... This might be the first one. It also might not be. But, because sometimes I trip over my own words when I talk. But in a sentence like this, you want to try to have, like, one type of, like, tense. So, like, by saying you're speaking in second person, but then you say myself, and that's, like, first person. So it should be, you shouldn't draw too much attention to yourself, or it should be, I shouldn't draw too much attention to myself. So, Just like I'm an English major, not trying to hate or anything. I always, like, for grammar, it's like a pet peeve of mine, I'm always corrected. And it's not any, like, people make mistakes all the time. I just trying to, like, help you out a little bit. Polish it a little bit, if you will. Silviya nodded silently with a polite smile. His interrogation continued until beta night. And my last question for the day. Do you suspect anyone, milady? And I was just like, the developers here, very kind, they asked me to do this demo for you guys, so I was just giving them a tip on that. Because they've been so kind, and, whenever I do demos like this, even if I don't communicate with the developer, I always try to have, a little bit of a, critique and, explanation about things. Maybe I'll include that at the end or something when I actually do my full review, but yeah. How should I respond? Share my fears, impress him. Ask for legal protection. I don't suspect anyone, but I need legal protection. I do not want to be held responsible for a crime I didn't commit. Don't worry, my lady. I won't let the culprit get away with this, whoever they are. Thank you for your kind words and your professionalism. Not at all. That's my job. Thank you for your time. That will be all then. I still need to question the other residents of the estate. And yet, there's something about him that appeals to me. If I can build a closer relationship with the detective, I'll be able to protect myself more effectively. After all, my husband was murdered, and I could be a suspect too. She was distracted from her thoughts about the future by the butler's footsteps. I see you have finished speaking with the detective. I must inform you that he will be staying on the Nebula estate tonight. He apologizes for the inconvenience, but he trusts you will understand why it is necessary. It will be too dangerous to travel back to town by the time he has finished his interrogations. Who allowed him to stay? I do not recall discussing such permission with him. That is because it came from your mother-in-law. I should remind you that Matrona Nebula is now the official head. Vivian, of course. She always was the head of this household, even when Hans was alive, and she's always disliked me. That is all. Something in his stance made Silviya wonder if Gilbert was hiding something. She glanced in the mirror to try to see what the butler was concealing. What's going on, Gilbert? Are you hiding something? You have sharp eyes indeed. He moved aside and revealed a dog sitting patiently behind him. I found this puppy wandering around the grounds. Oh, he looks so much like my old pet John. Oh, John, I had not realized until now how I miss my old companion. You gained some sadness. Thought you might appreciate some extra moral support. So it seems like I gain emotions, like, obviously in conversation. I can manipulate it a little bit sometimes, but it's also just when my character feels a strong emotion, I gain it. Despite his size, he is still just a child at heart. I assure you of that. Oh goodness, we're going into the schedule. Choose an activity for morning. Okay, we'll look for evidence in the evening. Oh, my relationship with him decreased. But I think it's important that this is gonna be like my main run where I try to focus. This is the same thing I did in Scarlet Hollow and like most of the other visual novels that I've done where I've gone back, is I have like one like main hardcore run where we're focused on the mission and we're trying to gather as much intel as we can, but we're like trying to be like a straight shot, you know what I mean? And then other ones I branch out further and further, you know? Later that evening, Silviya was sitting in her bedroom, reading Hans's diary. Meanwhile, her chambermaid, Willow, helped her prepare for bed. She brushed Silviya's hair in silence, her face expressionless. Silviya didn't usually chat with her much. While Willow may be shy and timid, she is a good listener. Her skin is so pale that it appears almost blue, setting her apart from the other commoners. She may have experienced hard times before she began working at the Nebula Estate. My father told me that every commoner has a physical flaw. It's usually something related to minerals. Gilbert, for example, has a gem where his left eye should be. Matthew has puppet-like fingers, and they are blue. I just figured it was like... oh my gosh. Like Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. Oh my gosh. What did they call it? Automail? Where it's like mechanical. There must be something more significant than just a birth defect behind such things. However, commoners tend to avoid this topic, treating it as something sacrilegious. Perhaps I should ask Gilbert about it next time the opportunity arises. Anyway, I really must sleep soon, but I want to get through more of this diary. I hope to find more clues about his murder in Hans's notes. Of course, it's just his personal diary. I don't know what I'll find in it. Why does it look like blood right there? As a true noble should be, Hans was versatile, but I'm surprised to learn that he was interested in mysticism. Now what is this language? Wait a minute, how did I know these words were about mysticism in the first place? She tried to read fluently without recognizing the letters, and it worked. She could understand a language she had never seen before, but it didn't take long for exhaustion to set in. I won't be able to read all of this today, but I'll at least make a start. Let's do the pinned letter. I didn't know he kept it all this time. My dear Hans Nebula, I am deeply touched by your generous gifts and your concern for my family's well-being. I have also received your invitation to the Nebula family's birthday ball. I gladly accept your invitation and will be there. I am waiting for our meeting with bated breath. Silviya Nova. The name of my family. It brings back some memories, and not all of them are good. Silviya turned the letter over in her hands, descending into memories. They let me leave. Otherwise, I wouldn't be living here as part of the Nebula family. Anyway, the past is the past. Hold on, there's something on the back of the letter. Tame her, or you won't be able to pass the doors of the void. I'm not sure what that means, but it gives me shivers. Would Hans listen to such advice? Do I really know my husband? Have I been tamed? Who wrote that anyway? I have so many questions. I love that they make it kind of like animations. A lot of these games that I've played, the character is in like one spot, and they might have like different reactions to things, but they don't have like an animation like that. Like that's extra effort that really shows it. It shows really well, you know. It gives more of like the... It's kind of like why it's different when you read something versus... There's many reasons, but like when you see something, like visually, like whether it's in a play or in a movie, versus when you read it, like when you can physically see it, like acted out, as long as it's true to the work, it's just, it gives it a different... Sometimes seeing it is different than reading it. I don't know if that makes sense. But it's nice with visual novels. I love that. It's the bringing the art to life. You know what I mean? Like, that's just... It's just a different level of reading, if that makes sense. And it's cool because the people who create the visual novel can display the characters in a way so that you see what they want you to see. Because sometimes when I read something, I don't see it correctly. You know what I mean? Like, or I don't see it exactly how it was envisioned. You know what I mean? Because I don't understand it, or whatever. But when it's visual novel, everything's intentional. So it's like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. I must sleep now, to gain the energy I will need to continue uncovering the truth tomorrow. She put the diary down on the nightstand and fell into her bed. Ugh, that was a tough day. She hugged her pillow and started to drift off to sleep. Is she not stressed that someone could kill her? 'Cause I would be stressed about that. She glanced at their family portrait before closing her eyes. Look at the doggo. You certainly have caused me a lot of trouble. I should have never agreed to marry you. Whoa, what was that? Whoa. But in the dead of night, she opened her eyes to find herself floating in outer space. Stars surrounded her. In the distance, two black holes were spinning around each other. Where am I? What is this dream? You're dead. It's Hans, but he's like Lovecraftianified. No, darling, that's where you're wrong. I prefer to call it changed, but that's not so accurate either. Ask about his ascension. So I can't do that. Oh, I have to read that in the diary first, probably. 'Cause it's locked. Ask about his murder. Did Balthazar really kill you? I knew it was a dangerous idea to bring a convicted criminal onto the estate. How thoughtless of you. That false prophet has nothing to do with my current estate. As opposed to you, in fact. But more importantly, I presume you still remember how to use your noble powers. It's natural for each noble. The only question is when their powers will awaken. You have a great gift, the power to control others with your emotions. My powers, somehow he knows about my control of emotions. Did he just know that I could do that all this time, or is he somehow able to feel it? I can see it in your eyes that you're already playing with your powers. Good. The faster you learn how to use that gift properly, the safer you and your surroundings will be. Otherwise, your emotions will take control of you. So I have 2 of the fear here. Have you ever felt overfilled with emotions? You could call that state emotional madness, when you can't control yourself and the emotions take over. That leads to choices which you would never choose with a cool head. So don't forget to release your emotions from time to time, even though it might not suit your plans. But that's not the only way to control them. You will discover more, and I will help you with that. Discard the ones that don't serve you and combine the important ones. Experiment. Oh, you can combine. Oh, he's anxious. He died so that he could appear here. Oh, that's the end of it. Wow. That was so interesting. Okay. So in this one, should we go straight to Hans? Oh, Silviya, it's you. Has the ball finished yet? I'm so tired of this commotion. It really feels like he was waiting for me to come after him. Or is that just my imagination? Yes, or it will be soon. I was looking for you to... This is awkward. I don't know what to do. I guess I should save again. Where's my save button? Here. Hans, what are you doing? This wasn't part of the deal. Have you forgotten who is the head of the Nebula House? You have not been head for long. Take your time, or you may make a fatal mistake. How dare you, after I invited you into my house? So when I do that, I lose my relationship with him. What if I accept it? So we still have the same. I need you to know I chose to be with you. I argued with my mother to the last to be with you. So that's why she is so mean to me. Now that you're a part of the Nebula House, I have to make sure you will not fail our great something. We've only been married for a few hours. I didn't expect you would start to teach me about life so quickly. Or is this simply something that cannot wait? As an artist, you perceive the world differently, so then he's gonna be the one to teach us about it. But it also means we can ask him different questions. They're all selfish and mean. We don't love each other at all because of power. That's just how noble lives are. Okay. What was your childhood like? I remember the golden times when I was the only child. My parents were strict, though, especially my mother. They put high hopes on me because one day I would have to fulfill my destiny. Oops. And then my siblings appeared, Victor and Emily. Fortunately, I far outshined them, so there is no worthy competition for me here. That was a good question. Do you want to ask another one? Okay. Is it hard being head of the family? Okay, so that's kind of what I expected. Do you have an enemy? You can't even imagine how hostile noble society is for family heads. That's why noble families make such allegiances as the one we made with yours. Okay, let's look at the bottom one. He said we both share, like, a similarity in our uniqueness. Okay, the eldritch thing. He's dead. So now we're angry. And the other one we were sad, I think. Okay. I almost like that better. The doggo. So the playing with the dog gives me joy. It's a pleasure to meet you, Master John. Woof woof. So he didn't like that I didn't go get the water for him. What is happening? I don't think I should say anything. So are we gonna meet the other guy now? Oh yeah, it's still gonna be Hans, that's right. Oh, I'm so scared because of the dog. That was so creepy. Oh my gosh, unexpectedly creepy. Wow. Yeah, that was really fun. I liked it. I'm curious to see where it goes. I'm sure there's other options of things I could have done that I didn't think about. But I just wanted to kind of get like one side and then the other, you know. But when the game is bigger, we'll definitely try to dissect it with a few runs or whatever. It looks really good. Again, love the art style. I think it's cool that it looks like almost like someone sketched like someone's real face and different emotions. You know what I mean? Like some of the faces look kind of real in a way, like an uncanny kind of realness. I thought that was cool. The dog freaked me the heck out. Not okay with that. Will not sleep well tonight. But I love the Lovecraftian vibes. It's like my favorite type of horror. So very excited to see where this goes. I think it's kind of my happy place to play a visual novel that's also horror. But yes. Anyways, everything for this game is linked in the description. I will do my best to stay on top of updates for this game. Feel free to go check it out or add it to your wish list. I am not sponsored, but I am 100% like following the game, and I've been informed about it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Sometimes we visited other noble families. She's pooping. Astra, how dare you? How dare you, Big Bean?